Good evening, everyone, and welcome. This is Spirituality in Action. I remain your host, Clement Etuk. With me on the program is Aniefiok Umoren. Welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you. You're welcome too.
Together, we will be treating the topic Finding Safety in God's Omnipresence. Before we proceed, I would like to remind our listeners that free copies of our textbook, Science and Health with Key to the Scriptures, is still available to anyone who sends us an SMS with the name and address for sending the copy to them. Now, without wasting time, I will get right to it. How often do we consider that our safety is not merely a matter of physical circumstances, but a direct result of our mental state? That is, our conscious awareness of our existence in God. As God's children, we are called to understand that true safety is not found in material conditions, but in the spiritual reality of God's omnipresence. When we mentally align ourselves with this truth of God's ever-present care, how does this shift in consciousness transform our sense of security, safety, and well-being?
Okay, thank you. All over the world, media reports are filled with increasing search for safety by humanity. People have searched for safety through the testimony of physical senses, but they seem not to know that physical or material senses do not determine our true sense of safety. Our awareness of God's omnipresence is associated with safety of man. That is, our sense of safety is determined by the true knowledge of the existence of God. This is the basic teachings of Christian Science, a religious denomination discovered and founded by Mary Baker Eddy in the 19th century. It may be useful for us to share on this program what it means to be truly safe. It is also necessary for us to know and understand what is God and what is man. As stated in the textbook of Christian Science, Science and Health with Key to the Scripture by Mary Baker Eddy, God is incorporeal, divine, supreme, infinite mind, spirit, soul, principle, life, truth, love. These terms are similar and they refer to the absolute perfect God. These terms express the nature, essence, and wholeness of God. The attributes of God are justice, mercy, wisdom, goodness, and harmony, and others. All these meanings show that God is the substance of all that is real, good, and eternal. Man is the image and likeness of God. Man is God's reflection and is a complete expression of God's nature and attributes, such as harmony. So when referring to safety, we do not refer to the testimony of physical senses. Rather, we are referring to the unchanging spiritual facts about man in his true nature, always reflecting God. Man, who is never separated from God, love, as the only source of harmony. This is spiritual reality. As we continue to acknowledge, ponder, apply, and realize the truth of spiritual reality of man oneness with God, we begin to understand that safety is not determined by the testimony of physical senses that are subject to changes in physical conditions. We come to realize that God's omnipotent and omnipresent law of harmony fills everywhere. God is a spirit, as stated in the book of John. God has all power and presence. Hence, God filled all space, and his power and presence filled the universe. As stated in Psalm 139, verse 7, "Whither shall I go from thy spirit?" This means that we cannot move outside of spirit, God, indicating the allness of God's presence. Furthermore, Psalm 91, verse 1 states thus, "He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty." Indeed, this secret place of the Most High is not a physical sense of testimony, but mental state, our spiritual awareness of man's oneness with God. This is, in fact, a state of knowing our spiritual understanding and realizing our inherent divine God protections and harmony. As we mentally blend our thoughts with the spiritual facts of man's oneness with God's omnipresence, we experience a shift in our thinking. Indeed, a deeper spiritual understanding that God is the only power and presence, that man, as a reflection of God, cannot be prone to danger, harm, or any belief of separation from divine love, truth. As we continue to ponder these truths of being and apply these ideas, this enables us to affirm our identity as beloved, cherished children of God. The evidence is the expression and experiencing of safety and harmony because of the understanding of man's oneness with God's omnipresence. With this understanding of safety, how do we respond to challenges? Instead of reacting to the belief of fear, doubts, crisis, we take action by replacing the false belief of fear and doubt with the spiritual idea of God's omnipresence and omnipotence that confers safety. We realize God's omnipresence that controls and maintains his creation harmoniously. We silence this God with harmony as contained in times ahead. All that really exists is the divine mind and its idea. And in this mind, the entire being is found harmonious and eternal. This knowing and understanding leads to evidence of safety, which may come as a divine clue or guidance, solution that usher in peace and safety. As stated in Bible, Psalm 121, the Lord shall preserve thee. Our duty is to continue to know, understand, and realize safety always. Since God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble, as stated in Psalm, we express and experience safety always. Therefore, spiritual understanding of true safety is not passive, but action-filled concept that recognizes God's omnipresent and omnipotent as the basis of true existence. We understand that man lives and moves and have his being in God, as stated in Acts of Apostles. Man, as a reflection of God's nature and attribute, is always safe and harmonious.
That's true. Man's safety is deeply rooted in God. And to experience this, man must live as God's likeness, exercising his natural, God-ordained rights to safety. And they come in the form of the kindness, the virtues we express. Thank you very much, sir, for the deep insights shared, and I'm definitely sure our listeners are taking one or two points from that. Now, for time, we'll go straight to it. For inquiries and comments, get in touch via email to spiritualityonpoint@gmail.com. I'll take it again, spiritualityonpoint, one word, @gmail.com. Or you can also reach us via telephone. The numbers to call are 080-3333-3803. I'll take the number again, 080-3333-3803 or 080-6231-4394. I'll take the number again, 080-6231-4394. With these numbers on and the email address, you can reach us anytime, either to get your copy of Science and Health or for further inquiries.